Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about how to deal with unfairness in life. You know how from the time we were little kids, we're taught to play fair and divide things fairly and treat other people with fairness? Well, those are obviously good qualities to teach children and obviously to live by as adults now, right? But life isn't always fair. Every time one of us, every one of us has times when we feel like we didn't deserve what we got or that everything's going wrong or nothing's going right for us, right? So how does someone deal with situations when life seems unfair? Well, I have some ideas to help you when you need to deal with life's unfairness. The first one is you can't make everything fair. Unfortunately, life isn't fair, right? Despite what we were taught as children, not everything happens fairly. Someone else is going to get a promotion. Someone else is going to win the lottery, or they're going to receive praise for their accomplishments instead of you. It's just how it is, right? I mean, natural disasters happen anywhere, and anyone can be the victim of a crime, and loved ones leave or they die, right? We're all living through this right now with COVID. I mean, COVID's not fair. If anything's not fair, COVID's not fair. I mean, we all pretty much at this point, I think, know someone who's died from COVID or at least who's gotten sick, right? Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you today. So much of life's unfairness is beyond your control, and accepting that this is just the start of dealing with unfairness. So when you see something that's unfair, if you can fix it, get busy and do your best to do so. Obviously, because we want things to be as fair as possible, right? And people do things all the time to help life be more fair. They donate their time and their skills and their money to help others whose lives are unfair. But understand that you can't make life fair for everyone, including yourself. Sometimes bad things happen that are beyond anyone's control, like COVID, right? Or there's lots of things. I mean, well, I already went through them all. So yeah. So then the next step is don't stay a victim. So Forbes magazine describes people who feel like life is continuously unfair to them as members of the My Life is a Mess Club. No matter what happens, they never move past the unfairness. And to be honest with you, I really struggle when I'm talking to someone who has that attitude of, well, I can't do it. I'm a victim. I mean, they don't say that, but their words are saying that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I have a hard time having patience with people like that. I really do. And that's my problem, I guess. But, the world is full of people who experience unfairness, and many of them overcome it, while many others don't. And I guess that's where I struggle because, you're not even trying. You're just giving me all these excuses why you can't do it, but you're not even trying, right? Well, the dictionary defines victim mentality as feeling like bad things are always happening to you and that you're always at the mercy of forces that you can't control. So people who overcome significant unfairness, I mean, people do. They overcome significant unfairness, like a bad childhood or poor health or natural disasters. They accept that they didn't cause that unfairness, but they did the work to move beyond it. That's what's so powerful. I mean, it's so amazing to me when I see people that have so many struggles that they've moved beyond it and they've made something more out of their life than what was given to them. And that's amazing, right? Because there's those that have not only overcome the fairness that was dealt to them, but they became successful in spite of it. Though these people don't use life's unfairness as an excuse for poor behavior or lack of motivation, instead they work hard at creating better circumstances for themselves. And that's what we all need to do. That's what we all need to work on, right? Get out of the victimhood and work to find better circumstances because they're out there and we do have some control. We can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it. So how do we do that? Well, turn anger and grief into action. Most people who experience unfairness get angry, and they often grieve the loss that they feel. To deal with life unfairness, you need to move past anger and grief and take action. I mean, they're normal, right? Anger and sadness, they're normal emotions after a loss. I mean, a person who continuously stays angry or upset, though, they find themselves feeling like they can't control anything in life. So channeling anger and grief into constructive action can help you deal with life's unfairness. So here's an example. Mothers Against Drunk Driving, you know, MADD, M-A-D-D, that was started by a mother who lost her child to a drunk driver. Can you even imagine the anger and the grief she must have been feeling? Oh my gosh, this was her child. I can't even imagine. I would have been devastated. I would have been so angry. I just can't even imagine, right? But she turned her anger and grief into a national movement that has saved countless lives. So people who use their anger and grief to help others and correct wrongs accept their emotions, and then they do what they can to fix unfairness in the world or around them, right? The next one, look for the good. The internet and the news media gives us a steady stream of stories about life unfairness across the globe. There's reports of wars and famine and deaths every day, right? Our minds need to counteract these unfair situations with the good in life. So some social media outlets specialize in telling uplifting stories that highlight people in situations that show the brighter side of things. You know, Oprah is really good for this. I love a lot of Oprah's programming because she helps you get out of whatever mindset you're in. Whatever's going on in here, she helps you see it differently, you know, and I love that about her. I mean, well, she's one of those that overcome huge problems to become where she is, right? So while you shouldn't deny real problems, you can deal better with life's unfairness when you remember that not everything is fair. It's just not going to be, right? People do catch a break. They help each other and they work together for good. It happens every day. When people help each other, sometimes what seems unfair has a better outcome. So look for the good in life and don't focus only on the unfairness. Your mind needs to see the balance, or else everything is going to seem unfair to you. So you need to see both the good and the bad, right? Monitor yourself. So the World Health Organization states that there's over 300 million people in the world with depression. That number is huge, and it's really scary when you think about it, right? 300 million. Wow. While depression has many causes, there is help for those who suffer from this disease. And so when dealing well, and so if you're suffering, I suggest you see a doctor, right? I can't just tell you to get over it. It's not going to happen. You need help. But when dealing with life unfairness, it's easy to feel depressed, right? And this is where you need to watch yourself. So if your feeling of unfairness is staying around too long, or it's becoming more of an issue, then you might be dealing with more of a problem. You might be dealing with like clinical depression, right? And depression can become a cycle, making it harder and harder to deal with anything. So feeling sad about life unfairness is common, but please get help if your emotions are causing you to suffer unnecessarily. Talk to your doctor if you're feeling depressed. Therapy and medication can help you to deal better the next time that your life is unfair. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. I know that you felt that life hasn't always been fair to you either. I mean, every one of us has dealt with it, and so I know you have too. How have you handled it? Or what kinds of things help you when you're feeling like your life isn't fair? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. Thank you, Karen, for being live with me today, and anyone else who might be live who just hasn't commented, and anyone who's watching the replay. I appreciate you. So go out there, have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.